So what we kind of want to show to you today, kind of talk about, is what we're able to do, or kind of what we've expanded from the ed plan a little bit from the college perspective. I think we've heard from you guys as well as our other college partners as far as wanting to expand what we're doing at the high school level. So I just kind of want to give you the big picture of what we're trying to accomplish and show you where we're at and what we have hope to have going pretty soon here.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and log in. And actually, what I'm doing is I'm logging in as a college here rather than as a high school. So each high school, as part of their My Mentor account, has the ability to create and manage both four-year plans for during the high school period, as well as preliminary ed plans for the college period. And I think you've seen those before. So if we go into our electronic ed plans, for any given school in here, we're able to pull up the ed plans for a given student. And this is normally what a high school will see is they'll have their seniors. I don't think I have anything. Let me go back to someone who actually has one here. They'll have their seniors. They'll fill out some of their basic information, including their college ID, graduation year, the basics of the ed plan, any student information that the college might want to have for the student in order to be able to contact them, their educational objectives in terms of what they're planning to get their certificate in, what they're planning to get their associates in, what their eventual degree plans are for a bachelor's or at the four-year college, and where they're hoping to go.
Mhm.
This is kind of the big picture. And again, what we hope this does is, or what a lot of our schools use this for, is to offload some of the initial tasks to the high school level where they're able to get the preliminary part of the counseling session done. And then we're able to, through our digital pipeline, pull in assessment results from the college directly. We set up our digital pipeline to link the students from the high schools to the college after they've applied. And so we're able to pull in their raw scores. The high school counselors have access to the cut sheets and are able to help assign the students into whatever courses they're in, whether they need to start in a remedial math course or whether they're able to start right with college math, college English, college reading. Once they've set up these things, we have our matriculation checklist that kind of shows what steps the student has taken as part of their ed plan. Have they applied to the college? Again, we pull that directly from the college itself. Have they completed their assessment? Have they completed their online orientation? We can host that through My Mentor, or if you host it yourself through your own system, we can again pull that information down through the pipeline to make that available to the high school so they're aware of what's out there, or I'm sorry, where the student is. Um, these next two pieces are our preliminary and full ed plan approvals. The preliminary ed plan is what the high school is responsible for producing. When the high school signs off on it and says the preliminary ed plan is completed, then the students are no longer able to make any changes to the ed plan. This kind of, and I think this is something we talked about with you guys originally, was the ability to turn on and off the ability to make changes to the ed plan on a per student basis. So that was kind of the genesis of this, so that once the high school counselor has checked off this box, preliminary ed plan approval, the students are no longer able to make any changes to it. They can still come in and see what their plan is. They can still view it and have conversations with their counselor about it, but only the counselor can make changes at that point. We also recognize that at a certain point, the college takes responsibility for the ed plan. And at that point, they don't want even the high school counselors to be making any changes to the ed plan. And that's where this full ed plan approval checkbox comes in. Once the college, and the college is the only one who can make this change, once the college counselors have checked off on the full ed plan approval, then the high school counselors are no longer able to make changes to the ed plan. So this it's kind of a stages where the high school can allow, if they choose, the students to kind of be a little more proactive and help make their initial ed plan. The counselors at the high school sign off at it and check that box for preliminary ed plan that locks the students in. And then once the college counselors are ready, they lock in the full ed plan. And down below here, I think we've shown you this before. These are the courses that, again, at the high school level, usually they'll set up what are the first courses that the student is going to be taking for their first semester. It kind of gets that first semester plan for them. Then the student walks into your college with a plan for what they'll be taking. We do pull these courses directly from the college's course lists, so we get those from you as a data export. We load them directly into My Mentor. Just as they're entered, they're able to be tagged as far as whether they're general ed or for a major or for an elective, what GE category they may satisfy, and whether they're transferable to a four-year college. This allows the high school as well as the college to basically plan out the full 2 or 3 years that the student will be with the college. All of this goes into, as you've probably seen before, a preliminary ed plan. Again, this is the kind of what the student is walking into the college with at the beginning, which kind of has their basic scores, their basic schedule, any referrals they may have for programs, what school they've come from, this information. So that, again, they walk in with a plan to the school. We can customize both the preliminary ed plan as well as the full ed plan to the needs of your school. This is the full ed plan basically will allow you to plan out their full, 5 semesters or further with your school, the transferable courses, the major and elective courses, the GE courses, as well as any referrals and those sorts of things. And again, we base this off of VVC's ed plan, but if your ed plan looks a little bit different, we're happy to modify that. Now, one of the questions that's come up a few times has been, well, this is great for bridge students and we can use this as a tool, but number one, how does the college get access to it? And then what does the college do for students who are not part of the bridge program? And again, I think that was really part of our conversation with the two of you, Ken and Dan, to answer those questions. So the first piece has been that we've opened up the ed plans so that the college has access to all the ed plans from all of the high schools. So rather than if you prefer students to come in with a printed out ed plan, they can totally do that. They have access to it. They can print it at any time. But if we also open it up so that we can create logins for the college, my mentor, for you to come in and see any of your feeder schools that are associated with your college, and to find any of students that are associated with that college and pull up that particular student's ed plan. So now you have access to ed plans that have been created by all of your high school counselors at all of your feeder schools that are associated with your college. We also, again, recognize that you're going to, if you're dealing with one ed plan system, you don't want to necessarily have one for the bridge students and one for outside students or students who are returning or anything of that nature. And so we've created a section where you can associate students directly with your college. Oh, sorry, let me switch back here. So this is Victor Valley College, and these are students that are associated with Victor Valley College. Now you see these are just some test names that we've thrown in here since we just brought this feature online. But you can quickly add any student that you would like from your college, or just a new student who's applied or whatever, directly in here. So you can add them in, and you include your college student number from Datatel or Banner, and the system will actually check to make sure this number isn't in use by another student. And we'd actually see this. Sorry, Orange Cove High already is using this student, so can't use that one. We'll throw in a 7, hopefully. Maybe that'll be available. And there we go. So now that student will be available, and we can create an ed plan for them. So hopefully this will open things up so that you can get not only the ed plans that have been started for the college by the high schools, but also create new ed plans for new students who are just coming into your college. So hopefully it can kind of be a one-stop shop for all of the electronic ed plans.
Dave, can you show the matriculation sheet that the high schools would see so that the high school counselors can check on their kids?
Sure, absolutely. And let me switch over to a school that would have a little more data here. This is Serrano. Again, as part of the SB 1456, the Student Success Act, the students have to have done certain steps in order to matriculate properly and for the college to receive their funding properly. So as part of this, with this data exchange with the college and with the ed plan being done on this side, we're able to see this matriculation report that shows where the students are in the process. Have they linked their account to the college, meaning they've successfully connected and applied, and we have their information on our end? Have they completed their assessment, and when did they do it? Have they completed their orientation? Has the preliminary ed plan been signed off? And has their full ed plan been signed off? So this allows for some of our partner schools, this is what priority registration is based on. So it's very easy for both the high school counselor as well as the college to say, these are the students who are eligible for priority registration, and these are the students who are missing a piece. And this allows them to go through and say, okay, well, all I'm missing is the orientation, or all I'm missing is the ed plan. And this is kind of a one-stop shop to find out all of that information. And again, from the college end, you have the ability to see that for any school that's associated with you. Thank you for attending this webinar regarding the K16 Bridge Program Ed Plan. Please feel free to contact us if you have any other questions. Thank you.